So you have millions of dollars spent, many people's lives inconvenienced, the mainstream media talking about nothing else. They're saying that Trump was colluding with Russia. Vladimir Putin is the puppet master. He is the real president of the United States. And all of this ends up with Robert Mueller coming out saying that there was absolutely no Russian collusion. There was nothing. All of that was a waste of time. They found nothing, and it's all over. There's going to be no more indictments. There's going to be nothing. I mean, but the thing is that everybody could have told you that from the start. I mean, all this millions of dollars spent to find out whether or not Trump was colluding with. I mean, I could have told you that. I could have told you that. And now the mainstream media is on air. They're crying. Some are raging. Some are now attacking Robert Mueller. Now, I mean, he was the God sent. He was the Messiah. He was Jesus, the second coming. And now they're attacking him. They're calling for his head. Rachel Maddow from MSNBC was literally crying on air. I mean, give me a break. This is almost like you remember OJ. I mean, this is not even OJ Simpson. I mean, there's a lot of proof that OJ Simpson killed those two people. But remember, when the law said that he was not guilty. And then all the white folk in America started crying and carrying on. It's just like this. And unlike that, though, there's literally no evidence that Trump colluded with Russia. There's none. And now all the liberal folk, they're crying, they're going on. How can this be? So, what did this cause? What did this prove? This proved nothing. And I'm hearing now on the media, CNN, MSNBC, NBC, ABC, even Fox to a certain extent. I don't watch Fox as much as I used to, really. I really don't watch them a lot anymore. I think, for the most part, a lot of Fox News viewers, Sean Hannity, they're all a bunch of neocons, bunch of Zionists, Israel, all this. So I kind of don't watch them that much anymore. But even they, I mean, they even hired Donna Brazil now. And they're all saying, hey, Trump thinks it's over. It's not over. That's what they're saying. So what are they going to come up with now? I think the media needs to be investigated because it's them that forced the FBI and all these people to get up with this investigation in the first place. And they found nothing. They even conned the American people into believing that Trump colluded with Russia. And now all of them look stupid. But here's what I have to say. And this is really important because Trump is doing something that I think is very foolish and stupid. And to be honest, I think the wrong country got investigated. Trump didn't collude with Russia. I know that. I could tell you that. I wish he did, though. I wish he was close with Vladimir Putin. Because Vladimir Putin would teach Donald Trump a thing or two. I think Vladimir Putin is 10 times smarter than Donald Trump is. And Donald Trump, to be perfectly honest with you, is becoming a bit of a disappointment to me. Because he has done something which I feel is going to do nothing but cause more war. And more war equals more American lives lost. And with that comes more debt, American debt. America is like, what, 2 trillion, 21 trillion, something like that in debt, which that can't sustain itself forever. And all that debt is war. America isn't doing anything to help the middle class or health care or infrastructure. No, America's not doing any of that. The bulk of America's debt is war, killing, murdering. That's what they're doing. And Trump is now recognizing the Golan Heights for Israel. And that decision is actually making my support for Donald Trump hang by a very thin thread. I'm telling you, I'm this close to saying, you know what, maybe I'm going to support a third party, Jesse Ventura, Ron Paul, one of those people to come up against Donald Trump because I think the wrong country was investigated. I think that the Democrats, CNN, MSNBC, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Cory Booker, all these people, Maxine Waters, all of these people in government and in the media, Chris Matthews, Brian Williams, Rachel Maddow, Wolf Blitzer, all of them should have investigated the relationship not only between the United States and Saudi Arabia, but Donald Trump and Israel. I think they are way more likely to have meddled in our election than Russia could have. Now, Russia did support Donald Trump, as I did, because we all thought that Donald Trump was going to be a different kind of president. We thought he was going to be an America First president, non-globalist, not signing all these stupid trade deals, respecting America's borders, stopping illegal immigration, bringing back jobs, and for the most part, he has done a good job. But we also thought that he was going to be neutral between Israel and Palestine, and we thought that Donald Trump was actually the more enlightened than all these neocons and New Democrats like Bill Clinton were on Israel, because traditionally American presidents, whether they be Democrat or Republican, have always kissed the butt of Israel. And we all know why Israel was created. I mean, maybe some of you old so-called Christian Zionists, baby boomer morons out there who don't know a damn thing. You guys are just breastfed Kool-Aid from the mainstream media to believe that Israel is God sent, and you all think that everything is fine, and if we just keep sending more American soldiers to the Middle East to protect this tiny little country which has done nothing for America, everything is going to be fine. But we thought that Donald Trump was enlightened on this issue, and he said he was going to be neutral between Israel and Palestine. We thought he knew that Israel is responsible for a lot of American lives lost in wars and trillions of dollars in debt. We thought he knew that Israel was created by the United Nations and the Rothschilds and central bankers to, among other things, stoke up tensions and global conflict in the Middle East, and America would be sent in to fight in Iraq and Afghanistan, to Libya, Syria, topple all of these Middle Eastern dictators, and more debt, because more debt means more riches for the central bankers. We thought Donald Trump was enlightened on these things. We thought so. But it looks like he's just as a slave to Netanyahu, that criminal, that crook who should be in jail, than all of them. George Bush, Barack Obama, I'll give Barack Obama credit on one thing. He was at least semi-resistant, but even he, I think the most resistant president towards Israel was Ronald Reagan. That man was smart. That man was sharp. He did not sleep in the bed with him. I think that's the country that should be investigated, and the relationship between Donald Trump and Saudi Arabia. They should all be investigated, because I think that Trump has done more bidding for them than Russia. In fact, I would say that Donald Trump is the most anti-Russian president since Ronald Reagan and since Richard Nixon. He hates Russia. And to be honest with you, ever since the collapse of the Soviet Union, and ever since Putin became president, and I'm not necessarily a big Putin fan. I'm not a Russian. I don't care about Russia. I wouldn't move to Russia. I'm not interested in Russia. I've never been to Russia. I don't know anything about that country. But I will tell you this. Vladimir Putin is actually a very enlightened president. He knows what's going on. He knows what's going on with Israel. He knows. He ain't no friend to Israel. He knows. He knows. He knows why America keeps going to war. It's not to promote freedom. You gotta be kidding me. America is going to war on behalf of all these central bankers. America is a slave nation. America is a slave nation to big banksters, Rothschilds, Zionists. America is not the land of the free and the home of the brave. No way. It hasn't been like that since, I would say, maybe Calvin Coolidge. America been the land of the free and home of the brave. Canada's more a land of the free and home of the brave than America. And we got the tacky-head Mac Daddy as prime minister. But Russia, on the other hand, Putin being more specific, is very enlightened. Very. I'm not saying he's perfect, but he knows the world and he knows what's going on. That's why he wasn't joining with America and England during the Iraq War. That's why he resisted America when they were trying to get rid of Bashar al-Assad, which I say would have been a grave mistake. And I'm so glad that Bashar al-Assad and Putin, they whooped America. They said, you are not taking Syria. You're not taking one stitch of Syria. Trump, and it's not even Trump. I'm not saying Trump. He's being compromised. I feel sorry for him. He's being compromised. Not by Russia, but by Israel. And probably Saudi Arabia as well. But Putin and Bashir said, no, you're not taking this country. You slave, you. So that's the thing. Putin knows what's going on. Maybe he should collude with Russia. You know, maybe he should watch RT and all this stuff. Maybe he should invite Putin over to the White House. Teach him some stuff. Teach him some things. You know, we thought that Donald Trump wasn't going to be one of these neocon Republicans. But now he's got Bolton in there. He's got Pompeo in there. He's got all these, and he fired Bannon. I mean, okay, Bannon was a traitor, but, you know, he fired Bannon. He fired him. He got rid of all of his people who supported him from the beginning, the people who had his back during 2016, who supported him when all these neocons were colluding against him, and now he's got them in there, and he's kicked all of us out. So I don't know what's going to happen in 2020. I mean, the thing is that I would do anything to prevent someone like that Elizabeth Warren, who lied about her heritage, or Cory Booker, or Kamala Harris. I mean, those people would destroy America in 2 seconds. The moment they set their one toe in the White House, America is going to be a third world country. That's just it. America is going to be worse than Somalia on crack. The moment Camilla or Cory or Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez or Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders even put one molecule in the White House, you're gonna see the roads torn up. You're gonna see buildings dilapidated. You're gonna see people on the street. Illegal aliens gonna take over the place. That's exactly what's gonna happen. So I want to prevent that. But you see, the thing is that Trump is testing my patience, because now with this Golan Heights thing, what's going to end up happening is that we're not going to stop terrorism. We're not going to stop it, because that's one of the main reasons why we got all this Islamic terrorism. I think we need to cut all relationship with every country in the Middle East. Every country. We're going to say, we make a commitment that, look, we're going to defeat ISIS. We're going to get out of Afghanistan, and from this point on, we will not have any more relationship with the Middle East. Not even Israel. We're never going to talk to Israel again. If they want to have their country, they need to fight for it themselves. And if they lose it, then they lose it. That's how the world is. That's the aim of the war game. If you lose your country, you lose it. Why are we supposed to protect it? We got our own people to protect. No more. We're not going to take one more drop of oil from the Middle East. We're going to have no relationship with the Middle East. Forget it. We won't even allow any Middle Easterners to come to America. That's what I think America should do. And you'll not see one more Islamic terrorist attack again. That's what I think we should do. This is the Arana Nation.